Well, they said on the news that official sunset, sun over the hill, sun over the ocean, whatever the hell. Yeah, well, that's in about 8 minutes from now. Well, there's what we got. And we go shut the valve off to that. In the morning, I'll stretch it out to the old creek bed and let it run that short run again. And the big one's still running, still moving. It should be in about the time I come out, right before the sun comes up. And look at there. Trees in the way to see the other half of that. And Dino's group's kind of settled down on that bale that rolled to the bottom of the hill. Bam Bam's group's all up there in the feed barn, except for we got a calf here, heifer, and looks like a 2-year-old. So yeah, end of my Monday. See what Tuesday brings. Well, it's not quite in yet. Little noise on the tree, but yeah. I've been out here a little bit. I thought about speeding it up, and I thought, no. Let it get soaked good. I figured it was going to be almost a 24-hour run, and yeah, well, it won't be till 10 or 11 o'clock that it's a 24-hour run. There's your silhouette of stuff this morning. Oh, let's see. Hey, there it is. There's a sliver of a moon up there, too. Oh, it seems, oh, excuse me. Yeah. Don't know where that one come from, but it's gone now. Becky's been getting allergy shots to help her get so she's not allergic to things. And she skipped out on yesterday because she's been kind of snotty. This time of year, I mean, it's acting more like it's freaking October, the way the mornings have been. And getting hot, so anyway, she had a hard time sleeping last night. Head full of snot, kind of a sore throat. So she was up and down all night. Couch, bed, couch, bed. At some point she shut the air conditioning off, which didn't do too well for me anyway. Of course, I get out here and snot hit. Yeah, anyway. So I then texted me last night and said they didn't have any power. Well, where her and Maury live, they don't get good enough service on their phones to be able to go on the internet and do anything. She couldn't check Pulse Point to see if there was a wreck or whatever, and I checked it for her. There's nothing. She could text me, so she could do that much. And she says they got power now, but the hot water heater scooched, and they thought the well was, but apparently they got the well going a little bit ago. So she's been busy texting me while I've been trying to get stuff done. Anyway, I'll bring you back for whatever happens, I guess. And I'm kind of surprised. There's only a few little clouds, and every morning we've been cloudy, but that doesn't mean we're not going to get cloudy. We'll find out. That's probably, yeah. I should have thought about it earlier. I could have run a little gun out on its short little run it's got to do this morning. They'd probably be in about the same time. Alright, well, I got the little calf done that I had yet to do. She's actually laying probably outside. I just got this cow in. She has pneumonia. So did the little calf. She's actually one that yesterday she was laying next to our hose for the little gun yesterday when I went out and moved it. And then she stood up for a couple minutes and ate and then went right back down again. Oh, would you quit? So
So I'm gonna give this cow some LA, and then I'm gonna let her back out since she actually belongs out there and everyone else is out. Whew. As I almost try to break the freaking bottle. I'm telling you, it's one of those days today, huh, girl? And I just want to point out that Dino is the only bull that chews on his tongue when he chews his cud. Don't ya? He normally has it stuck out like a weirdo and then chews on it. You see the tongue sticking out while he's chewing it? I don't know how he hasn't cut off the tip of it yet. And well, guys, we're back at it with Mel this morning. I did take her patch off the other day, but I noticed yesterday that the flies were bothering her real bad. And her little spot that was clearing up is a little bit bigger today. So I'm gonna chalk it up to the flies. This patch has seen better days, and it's really grimy. So all we had were the big cow patches. And don't make fun of my cutting job, but it fits her face. That's all that matters at my point. We're gonna do the same triple antibiotic ointment and the powder again. But she's pretty easy to catch now, huh? Aren't you, sweet girl? And you're probably gonna have nubbins when you're older. So I'll get you some more because I have a big cow in that group and Bam Bam's that has pneumonia that I gotta catch this morning. I have a little midget calf over here that's in the top calf pen where they eat. And then I need to check her out. She was acting funky yesterday, but she never came in for me to check her. So I ran her in this morning, and I'll bring you guys back for if anything that I find on her. But yeah.
We have a little visitor.
Hi, Grandpa.
She says hi, Grandpa. It's not Grandpa. What is that? What do they call it? A cockerel or whatever? They're kind of like a sparrowhawk. Kinda. We had one on the fence by the trailer last year, year before. They're pretty cool critters. Well, while I was doing irrigation and shooting a couple gophers, she was busy. She said she was going to put a patch back on that calf side. I kind of wondered when she decided to take it off. It needed to get repositioned anyway, I guess. And she found another calf or a cow, I don't know which, I think it was a calf, with pneumonia. So, yeah, the temperature swings. Hi, Delaney. How's Delaney doing? Chicken. Temperature swings, the dust. Because, yeah, we're watering, but, you know, the lot's dusty. The hill right here below the barn's dusty. Everywhere they walk ends up dusty after a couple of days anyway. So it happens. When we still had the neighbors and the group that would be at this barn had between here and the road, we didn't have enough stuff out there to water clear up to this end, plus a fence in the way. And of course they had to walk quite a ways. Always the same path because that's what cows do. And it would just be a dust bowl when they came in. I mean, it looked like somebody just drove 90 miles an hour down a gravel road. And all it was like 40, 50 cows walking in. So, you know, we used to deal with it quite a bit out here. Don't gotta worry about the dust now, do we? But boy, there are some weeds there that, I don't know. I mean, I can identify about 6 or 8 out of the probably 50 million that are out there. There's some dock over here. Milkweed. Oh, mustard, radish. Yeah, that's about all I can really identify what I can see right here. The rest of them are God knows what the hell. Anyway, things to do. Bad thing about phones out in the sun, I can't see what's on the screen. I can make out the edge of the field, I can make out the trees, but I can't see what's right in front of me. Should be about the middle of the screen. There's a dark hump. Yeah, that'd be the gopher that worked his way out there from here. I think it's the same one that was down here in the draw working the fence line. Or at least in the same family, because I know I've shot 2 of them that were down there. And when work quit down there, a couple days later, started back up here. But I had to come out and shut the little traveler off. If I were to start it back up, drag it back out where it is and start it back up tonight, I'd be out here at 2 o'clock shutting it off. I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I got one the other side of the traveler, other side of the pipe up there, 3 or 4 fence posts that was active this morning. He hasn't done anything since. And there's another one at the corner of the fence down there that has dug 1 hole since, but it's pretty well dried up. So nothing going on there. And there was about 20 killdeer all around all that water. They love that. I come over here and I seen the dark spot. How lucky can I be? And I literally just stopped right here, lined up to where I could see it and shoot it. I shut the bike off and I saw dirt fly out. Yeah, he stuck his head out. Now, it doesn't mean there's not going to be another fresh hole here tomorrow, because God knows how many live in their little colonies or whatever. Because I have shot and had the evidence to prove it. Like 10 or 15 of them out of one area where you thought there was only 1 or 2. Only to find that they just keep digging. Moles are kind of the same way. I got another spot. I think it's about the middle of the screen. One that I've shot 2 of them out of that spot and then had nothing for a week, and the other one back there working again, and he does have a fresher hole. But that fence is hot, and I'm too far away to really get a good look and see if it's an open hole or not, so I think I'll drive around, open a gate and go in there. Anyway, hasn't been a real productive day, but in a way, kinda. Time you see this, you'll see what Ty spent the morning doing while I was out here dealing with this stuff. And I think I got 2 or 3 gophers this morning too. Finally made it in for lunch, a little early lunch, just because the way it worked out. Literally took my last bite of lunch and some guy pulls in the driveway. It's like, crap, I don't want to go out there. I wanted to cool off a little more. So Ty and I went out. Mom had just finally come out of the house after the guy turned around and pulled it by the house again. He actually, let's see, from where we are, yeah, it's right straight through there. Well, let me see, right through there. Because his neighbor's property line is the same as our line there. And his neighbor's driveway, well, actually his property line, his west line is the same as our east line. Had to think about that for a second. That lines up straight through. Been there about 30 years. Dad and I cut up a 40-foot flatbed trailer for him to make 2 bridges out of. That's been at least 25 years ago. And Dad sold him, he sold him a bred heifer, sold him a few steers. He ran about 10 cows. But he didn't have any critters anymore. And he realized, this year's the last year he has to show some income for farm deferral, or he loses it. It's like, well, we can take care of that. What you got? Now, the good thing is they took the orchard out quite a few years ago that was there. The bad thing is nothing been done with it other than he's been keeping it mowed off. And he's mowed it off. There's about a foot of growth there now, plus everything he's mowed off is still laying there. It'll make feed. Some of it's bottom ground that he hasn't mowed off yet, and it's nice, lush, green stuff. I'm guessing there's probably 6, maybe 7 acres. It ain't going to be a lot, but if we get at least a half a dozen big bales off there, that'll pay for the fuel. And when we get to where we can work ground, we're going to scratch it up. It's full of gophers too, by the way. And there's quite a bit of tansy that keeps getting cut off, so Thailand's got some tansy to pull in the morning while I'm getting ready to cut it. So we picked up a piece of ground. Kind of the opposite of what it's been the last 5 years. Last 5 years, it seems like every time I turn around, we lose another piece of ground. But anyway, probably bring you along for a little of that tomorrow. We checked our oat fields today. Our closest one that we can see from the barnyard. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it for hay. Won't be a lot, but it'll be something. I don't really want to leave what's there either. It's got quite a bit of wild radish in it, and there's actually quite a bit of grass like I was hoping. Excuse me. That's the very first piece that we planted. The rest of them, the only thing that's higher than ankle high is the wild oats, and it's up and in the milk stage. And there's not enough. I mean, there's wild oats there, but there's not enough there to even make a bale on 30 acres. So, given the variety of oats that we did plant and how it reacts, if you spread fertilizer or spray a field, if you run it over and snap a stalk, well, it says I didn't mature out, so it just goes ahead and grows again. Does the same thing when it's stressed like it has been this summer. There's no sign of any heads forming or anything in it. So it's still green, should still be viable. It should winter over, and we'll have a crop of that next spring. Or it'll be growing next spring, I should say. And the ground up there, I mean, even way up there where we got the big hay barn, that ground is so freaking dry, it's not even funny. I mean, it looks just like it did like 2 days after we planted, except it's probably, drier than that. So anyway, found a little hay. I think I figured out what to do for straw and some filler. I'm going to try to get a hold of the guy that we got some grass seed straw from and see how much he wants for. I mean, it should be less than it was when we needed it desperately, and everybody was after it. And I think rather than screwing around trying to bale up some wheat straw, which I don't like anyway, I hate wheat straw. Unless Maury comes up with some oat straw for us, because there is room where there's a little bit of oat straw that hasn't been spoken for yet. Still got to get baled, but grass seed straw makes good bedding too. So that's kind of my plan, is I can feed it or I can use it for bedding. Doesn't matter, either way. And yeah, the neighbors finished all that up there, and I don't hear them now. I could hear the combine running when I started. Across the road to the north, that direction, from that field up there, there's 100 acres that they were almost done with this morning. And after that, I think it got about 25 acres. It's straight through there. Maybe 30 acres. That don't take them long. That maybe I don't hear them, is maybe they're all done with that. I don't know. Doesn't take them long. So anyway, that's how our day went. Figured I'd get you a proper ending. I don't even know how long it is because I can't see that part on my phone. Probably too long. So, hey, if you made it to the end, thank you. If you didn't, thank you too. Every little bit counts, right? And hopefully tomorrow we got some actual farming to show.